we're nomading about the Zocalo
in Mexico City, Mexico. I'm Wayne.
And I'm Kim, and we're two midlifers nomading about the globe. After raising our kids, we decided to leave our traditional life behind by taking our work with us while we travel.
In this series, we're exploring the expansive history and rich culture in and around Mexico City. We're exploring ancient ruins, local neighborhoods, eating tons of street food, and checking one more thing off our bucket list. Sit back, relax, and enjoy Mexico. The most impressive building here in the Zocalo is the Mexico City Cathedral. To the east is the Palacio Nacional, and then to the south is the Supreme Court and some other buildings, and then to the west is the merchant portals. And then, of course, there's this giant Mexican flag in the center of it, and apparently this is the largest flag in Mexico.
We are standing right in front of the National Palace, and this will be our first stop. It has been the seat of government for Mexico for over 700 years.
The current building is actually made from the stones and cut block from the Aztec temples that were originally here.
And as we mentioned, Diego Rivera has over 100 paintings in the National Palace. The first floor is free to enter and includes 11 of his murals that depict Mexican history. That's what we're hoping to see.
It's also the place where the Mexican president rings the bell on Independence Day every year. And it's the same bell that was rung by Miguel Hidalgo back in 1810 as he was calling for rebellion against Spain.
Let's go inside.
So I'm no big fan of art. Yeah, I really don't understand it. I don't get it.
He tries.
Yeah, I mean, I get that there's skill involved or
Our kids
something.
went to an art school, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, we tried to help them. I gotta say, even though I'm not a big fan of this whole art thing, Diego Rivera's murals are breathtaking. I don't know how to...
Spectacular. It was truly fantastic. It blew our socks off. We even researched a little bit, so we sort of knew what we were going to see, but it blew our minds.
Yeah, when you first walk up to it, it was really just takes your breath away for a moment.
Now we are off to the cathedral to see what's in store there.
Well, let's go.
So we're standing in front of the cathedral, which actually replaced an original cathedral that was built in 1524. And the rumor has it that Cortez laid the first stone.
Rumor has it, huh?
I don't know, is it true?
Nobody knows for sure, but that's
Why it's a
what the
rumor.
is. The church that you see behind us was built between 1573 and 1813. And it was built from stones from the original church it was on here, which was built by the Aztecs. And it was, of course, taken apart so that this church could be built. The cathedral has 2 bell towers that contain a total of 25 bells. And the largest of these bells have names. The biggest bell is called Santa Maria de Guadalupe. The other big bells are Donna Maria and Barranca. And Barranca means the hoarse one because it apparently has a poor sound. In 1947, a bell ringer died while he was trying to move one of the bells. So the bell was punished by having the clapper removed. And therefore it was known as La Castiga, the punished one, or La Muda, the mute one. The clapper was replaced in the year 2000. Apparently it had served his time.
Inside the cathedral are 5 large altars, 16 chapels, a choir area, a corridor, a capitulary room, and a sacristy. In 2007, a time capsule from 1742 was found. The lead box was filled with religious artifacts, coins, and parchments.
There is a crypt underneath the cathedral that holds the remains of many of the former archbishops. There was an unfortunate fire here in 1967 that destroyed a significant part of the interior of the cathedral. But some good did come from it. They found 51 paintings behind the altar of forgiveness, which had been hidden and forgotten about. And inside one of the organs, they found a copy of the nomination of Hernan Cortez as Governor General for New Spain, which was sent in 1529.
The cathedral is home to 2 of the largest 18th century organs in the Americas. In fact, the cathedral is the largest cathedral in the Americas.
Because this was the Aztec capital, almost all of this area has Aztec ruins underneath it. So every building has ruins that is built upon.
So there is no way that the video will do the cathedral justice. It is immense and ornate and
Difficult to describe. It's a place you have to come to really understand and appreciate.
it was. I feel like we just keep using the same words over and over again.
We do, because everything is so
Amazing, spectacular, phenomenal, all of
Stunning.
those things.
This archway was built in 1524, and just like today, the owner of the building had to go to city council and get permission, and then city council required that if he put this archway over it, he had to allow other merchants to use it so that the city council could collect tax. The Portal Mercaderes has been a merchant area for 700 years. Every day, this giant flag is raised and lowered at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.
So our first stop is the National Palace, and that is obviously right. Well, not obviously, maybe. Start over. So our first stop is the National Palace, which is right behind us, and it has been the seat of government.
In Mexico for over 700 years. The
That was
current
supposed
building.
to be my line.
I might want to do it again so I can get your faces.